reschedule on a Monday night to come to this event, because this is what does separate you from all the other business owners. You know, most people who run their businesses can only see 5 feet in front of them. You know, it's I say it's like having your rear end on fire. You know, the only thing you can focus on is how do I put that fire out. I got this fire over here, I got this fire over here, I got one that's you know, giving me a lot of pain. And so you don't allow yourself to see what's coming, you know, ahead, whether it's next week or next month. That's really going to derail your business. And I didn't hear your name, but I applaud you because you said some of the things that 99% of the business owners don't say. That you want to tighten your business plan because you want to have focus, because you don't want to get your business derailed, whether it's a month from now, 3 months from now. You want to see what's happening out there. You want to see the landmines that are out there, but you also want to see the opportunities. And that really is the difference between businesses that succeed and businesses that fail. Now, earlier I talked a little bit about the 5 components of a perfect storm that happened in the last 18 months. Now, see if this fits your particular scenario, and I'm going to guess it does. In the last 2 years, we all remember gas was $4 a gallon, right? I mean, we still feel the pain of that. And then all of a sudden, if you shipped overnight delivery services, they started tacking on money, and everybody else who used gas, bagels went up 25 cents because they had to pay for the gas to get the bagels to the store. So, in the last 2 years, what did we see? We saw expenses go up. If you don't have a business plan and you don't have a cash flow statement, you don't know how that's going to affect your income, right? Okay, I know I'm paying more, but what does that mean for my bottom line? Well, the other thing that happened was the revenue went down, all right? You know, people started feeling the pain. They didn't know where it was coming from, but the first thing they said was, we got to cut expenses. So whether it was event planning, or it was cleaning, or it was custom sewing, you know, whatever it was, suddenly you started losing business. And then what happened, you know, you get a letter one day, if you have an account with a bank, they say, oh, by the way, we cut your credit line in half. We cut your credit limit on your credit card, you know, to where it is now. So if you had $1,000 on your credit card, your line was $5,000, you thought, okay, well, I got $4,000 to cover my expenses. You get a letter from the bank that says, no, your new limit is $1,000. So suddenly you don't have access to that money. Now, even if you had a business plan and you had a cash flow statement, it's almost impossible to see that stuff coming, you know, because you think you have it one day and the next day you don't, so then where do you go? The people with plans and the people who think proactively, see, now your rear end's on fire. That's what I'm talking about. Most people can't focus on the situation at hand because they're thinking about the pain, about what happened. And that's when business starts to get worse. And it's at that moment that defines whether you are going to succeed or you're going to fail. Now here's the good news. If you're here today and you're still in business, there's a very good chance you're going to see the light at the end of the tunnel, because most people will agree that we're starting to move out of the recession. All right, you know, and it's going to be, the key is going to be if the banks can start lending money. So I talked about banks. Now let's talk, and we talked a little bit about late payers. You know, as I said before, suddenly people who owe you money, they're not paying you so fast. And then the people who you owe money to, they're calling you 5 times a day saying, where's my money? And if you don't pay me, we're going to hit interest charges and late fees, and then we're going to close your account. All of this wrapped up meant, in all likelihood, that your credit scores went lower, right? That you probably had a pretty decent credit score, and then you got whacked a little bit, and then you got whacked a little bit more, because everybody's reporting you as being late. That's the perfect storm. We've gone through this. In my opinion, I think Rieva would agree. We're now on the way out, okay? So now the question is, how do you position your business to take advantage of a recovering economy? All right, that you got to think like a winner, you got to act like a winner, you got to act confidently. If you are looking for financing, you better have a game plan. You better have a business plan that says how you plan to invest that money, but you need to convince them that your business is going to be around 6 months from now, a year from now, 3 years from now, and that they'll see that return on investment. The other thing I'll say, and then I'll introduce Rieva, is that the thing that I learned the most in these last 2 years is that really one of the true heroes of small business in our country are other small business owners. Now think about this. Think about who helped you when you were down. Was it that big company? Did that big company knock on your door and say, okay, you don't have to pay us this month. We'll let it go. It was probably a small business owner who understood your pain, right? Who said, okay, pay me a little bit now and pay me when you can, right? Or if you needed some resources, it was probably another small business owner who helped you out by giving you the resources that you need. I could be mistaken in this group, but I will tell you, nationally, I've seen it, and it really makes me believe even more in the spirit of entrepreneurship in this country. And people say entrepreneurs are going to be the ones that lead us out of this recession. Even if the banks don't give us the money, we're going to figure out a way to survive and thrive. But the ones who do it are going to be the ones with the business planning, positive attitude, don't take no for an answer, right, and have contingency plans in place. So that's my little spiel, and that's really why I'm here tonight. I'll be here for the next 6 Mondays, all right, talking to anybody who comes here, because somebody helped me over the last 2 years, and now I'm going to help other people with my knowledge, my experience, my magazines. I'll bring people like Rieva in, who are much smarter than I am, and who can tell you about, there you go, who can tell you about different things that are happening right now that can help you with your business. So with that, and let me give my quick introduction to you. Go ahead.
Let them take this.
Are you Brian Moore?
I'm Brian.
I just want to make sure.
Why don't you put that in the middle of the table in case you want to ask a question?
And real quick, my background, I said I've been doing this for 20 years. I first started in magazine publishing. I had another career before that, but 1990 with Success Magazine. In 1994, I moved over to the associate publisher of Entrepreneur, which is where I met Rieva. Actually, I think I knew you Rieva. But I met you in 94. We worked together for a while. I went over to Inc. Magazine to be the associate publisher before I started my own company in 2002 to help small business owners. So I've known Rieva for 15 years. When I wanted to put together this business boot camp, I talked to Rich. I said, the first person I want to bring is Rieva. So let's figure out when she's going to be in the area. Let's bring her in here and let's see if we can get this business boot camp off the ground. So she was great. She was the editor of Entrepreneur for 26 years. She left there last year to walk the talk. She started her own company called GrowBiz Media, and now she works for Microsoft, allbusiness.com, Toshiba, Bank of America. You know, some of the top organizations in the country are tapping into her to her expertise and having her write for their websites, their communities, and whatnot. So with that,
okay, so we're just gonna, since it's a small group, we're gonna take advantage of that fact. I'm gonna give you a few little statistics at the beginning that I think are gonna make you all feel better. And then there's something that they have out there that, and I hate the name of it, but people pay a ton of money to be a member of these mastermind groups. If you're on Twitter, you see it all the time. So they throw in a ton of money. You know what? I'm not going to be here, but he is for the next, how many weeks? 6 weeks. If you guys just show up every Monday, you can be your own mastermind group. You can help one another and learn from one another. There's 3 people in this room who do kind of the same kind of thing. There's other people who can, oh wait, you know what? I can use those services. So if you look at this as just the beginning of, I don't know how many of you already know each other, but a way to join forces as entrepreneurs, and then, you know, you can build whatever kind of personal relationship out of that you want. But that's the really important thing, is that you can, if you show up here for the next 6 weeks, you're going to not only learn about business, but learn how you can help one another grow your own businesses. And I think that's really, really important. I've heard almost everybody's story.